everyone. My name is Paty, and I'm running for the Upstate New York, Vermont Team in Training chapter. I'm 20 years old, and I was first diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkins lymphoma in May of 2008. I was on my way to work when I felt a lump on my neck that I had never noticed before. I had been nervous all day, but everyone continued to tell me not to worry. That evening, when I went home, I showed my parents the lump on my neck. My dad, being a doctor, got the ball rolling and we got the lump biopsy. The next week, I went into surgery thinking that I would come out and it would turn out to be nothing because that's what everyone had told me. Before going into surgery, I was told that if the biopsy is positive, the surgeon will do a bone marrow biopsy from my hips. Waking up from anesthesia, I felt a pain in my hip and knew immediately that the results were not good. I just began to cry because I knew that my life would be forever changed. Thankfully, my mom and dad were with me, reassuring me that everything would turn out to be okay. But I'm pretty sure that they were as scared as I was. The next week was a whirlwind of tests and scans to see what kind of treatment would be best depending on the stage the lymphoma was in. It turned out to be stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I would need to have 6 rounds of chemotherapy. I had been accepted into the University of Rhode Island for the fall semester, and I had to postpone my plans due to the length of treatment I needed. Instead of just giving up on everything, I enrolled in classes at a local school for the fall semester, even though I would still be receiving chemo. I started to lose my hair the week of graduation, but I tried not to touch it, thinking that I wouldn't lose it if I left it alone. Things didn't turn out that way. I found my hair falling out in handfuls. I knew it was time to let my hair go and just shave it. This was probably one of the hardest things for me because my hair was one of my favorite accessories. My mom and I went shopping for a wig so I wouldn't feel so different at graduation. Because really, I just wanted to be like everyone else my age and not stand out. I tried to make the best of the situation by wearing scarves that matched my outfits and how I felt that day. These scarves became my new accessories. Losing my hair really changed how I looked at others who wore scarves or who had really short hair. It reinforced to me that there is so much more to a person than the outward appearance. In support of me losing my hair, my dad and brother Dylan voluntarily decided to do the same by signing up to participate with the St. Baldrick's Foundation. It is a volunteer-driven charity committed to funding the most promising research to find cures for childhood cancers. That summer was one of the hardest summers of my life because now there were so many things I couldn't do, such as attend people's graduation parties or even have sleepovers because my blood counts were too low and the fear of getting sick was just too much. At around the same time, a friend of the family's had discovered Team in Training. She decided to run the Disney World Half Marathon in my honor. My mom told me about it and I immediately wanted to be part of it. In addition, my mom and another friend decided to also run it. We began our fundraising, which helped keep my mind off of things. We held bake sales, sold lymphoma bracelets, sold entertainment books, and finally had a fundraising dinner with a silent auction. People were so generous. Many people gave donations without taking anything back in return. Everyone seemed to enjoy being involved in helping us reach our goals. The Team in Training coaches supported us every step of the way. They helped us with our weekly runs leading up to the half marathon, and they gave us tips for fundraising. They even came to our fundraising dinner that we held. All 4 of us raised over $3,800 each, all while I was receiving treatments. I was tired, but knowing what Team in Training stood for made it easier to get through it all. Knowing that I had something to look forward to made the time go by faster and made me concentrate less on the bad things and more on the good. While going to treatment, I met many other patients of all ages who were going through the same thing. One of these who really touched me was a little girl named Ava who had leukemia. I decided to make her my honored patient. Her family took an interest in how my training was going. I asked one of my family members if she could make a prayer quilt for Ava because I knew that she and her family were having a difficult time. The run had even more meaning for me, knowing her family was appreciative of what I was doing in her name. The day finally came to do our half marathon in Disney World. We were up at 3 a.m. to line up in corrals. It was a very emotional time for all of us. The run went smoothly, and Coach Dan was with my mom and I most of the way. The rest of my family were waiting at the finish line for us to cross. What a great feeling of accomplishment it was. There were tears in both of our eyes as we crossed. The next night, we celebrated at the victory dinner. I had achieved so much more than I could at this time in my life. In May, I would have never thought I was capable of completing a half marathon. Later that month, I was able to begin school in Rhode Island. It was difficult at first, starting later than everyone else, but I made new friends who are now the people who helped me accomplish my fundraising goals for this half marathon. I have now been in remission for 2.5 years. I am in my senior year at URI. I am enjoying the bonding experience of being in a sorority and feeling like I'm just one of the girls again. I'm an exercise science major thinking about a career in physical therapy. I really enjoy feeling like I'm helping people. This is a picture from my fundraising event at URI in April of this year. Matt is my honored patient for this run. He has non-Hodgkins lymphoma. Matt has really helped me realize that I was not alone in the fight, and I hope that I have really helped him in knowing that he is not alone and that I understand what he is going through. Throughout this past semester, we were there for each other to talk about our frustrations with what happened and how thankful we are that we got to connect with someone our own age who knows exactly what each other went through. Of course, I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without the love and support of my family. I know that my brothers, Dylan and Philip, were worried and took special care of me when I got home from treatments. My mom and I became closer than ever as a result of us spending so much time together during these treatments. I also appreciated my dad more because of how much he did for me throughout this chapter in my life. My diagnosis 3 years ago changed my outlook on life and what's important. It helped me have a special appreciation for life and more of a desire to live each day to its fullest and to have no regrets. Not many people can say that. Team in Training has also helped me in so many ways. I now want to be an active in fundraising for leukemia and lymphoma and helping to support finding a cure. I feel like since I survived, I should pay it forward and give back to the families who continue to struggle every day. Tomorrow, I will be achieving my next goal, and so will all of you. Whether you're running the half or the full marathon tomorrow, you are all heroes. I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart for your fundraising efforts with Team in Training. You all make a difference in the lives of people who have been touched by these blood disorders and cancers. It has certainly made a difference in my life and my honored patients' lives. I am forever changed by all of you. Thank you.